In the aftermath of the Pahalgam terrorist attack, India's swift military response, Operation Sindoor, exposed a significant vulnerability in the country's air defense capabilities. While India successfully inflicted major damage on terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan occupied Kashmir, PoK, defense experts argue that the need for a counter rocket, artillery, and mortar CRAM system has become more urgent than ever, particularly to counter modern aerial threats such as drones. Hello everyone, welcome to Career Capsule. Let's find out what is the CRAM system and why is India considering its deployment after Operation Sindoor. Operation Sindoor, a show of force. On May 6th and 7th, India launched a high-intensity military offensive named Operation Sindoor in response to a deadly terrorist attack in Pahalgam. The operation was swift and surgical, targeting 9 major terrorist hideouts situated in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, PoK. These were believed to be staging grounds for cross-border attacks on Indian security forces and civilians. The Indian Air Force and missile units executed precision strikes using advanced weaponry, demonstrating strategic intent and operational capability. Pakistan, in retaliation, launched attacks aimed not only at military outposts but also at civilian areas, escalating tensions across the line of control (LOC). India responded with a firm counteroffensive, dismantling 11 Pakistani aerial assets, a move that not only sent a strong message but also showcased India's growing deterrence capabilities. The operation marked a turning point, prompting analysts and defense observers to re-evaluate India's preparedness against unconventional aerial threats, particularly the increasing use of drones and loitering munitions, missile firepower, and the tactical edge. During the operation, India made use of its proven BrahMos cruise missiles and Akash surface-to-air missile (SAM) systems to effectively neutralize enemy targets. Reports indicated that Indian forces destroyed multiple Pakistani fighter jets, including the F-18 and the JF-17 Thunder, some of which were reportedly trying to penetrate Indian airspace. This four-day exchange of firepower demonstrated India's superior targeting accuracy and technological edge in missile warfare. On May 10th, following significant losses and mounting international pressure, Pakistan formally requested a ceasefire, which India accepted. Though tactically successful, the operation exposed new dimensions of modern warfare. It wasn't just fighter jets and missiles in the sky. Drones played a central role, and India's existing defense matrix showed signs of strain in handling them. Drone attacks, the emerging threat. While India's missile systems effectively countered conventional aerial attacks, Operation Sindoor revealed a blind spot: drone warfare. Pakistan deployed a variety of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, many of them sourced from China and Turkey. These drones were used for both surveillance and targeted strikes. Defense experts pointed out that while systems like the S-400 and Akash can track large aircraft and missiles, they often struggle with low-signature, low-altitude drones, especially when deployed in swarms. The persistent nature of these attacks stretched India's response mechanisms, revealing that traditional air defense systems are not sufficient on their own in this new age of warfare. The drone incursions during the operation marked a wake-up call for the Indian military establishment, signaling the need for a specialized system tailored to neutralize such low-altitude threats quickly and reliably. Limitations of existing air defense systems. India's defense umbrella is equipped with some of the most sophisticated platforms in the world, including the Russian S-400 Triumph system and the domestically developed Akash missile defense system. These systems are designed primarily for high-altitude engagements against aircraft, ballistic missiles, and large drones. However, experts argue that these platforms are not optimized for intercepting small, agile UAVs or mortar rounds flying at low altitudes and often below radar detection thresholds. Moreover, deploying such high-cost systems against relatively inexpensive drones is neither efficient nor economically viable. During Operation Sindoor, the success of these systems in intercepting incoming missiles and jets was commendable. But when faced with small, commercial-grade or semi-autonomous drones, the results were mixed, revealing a critical vulnerability in India's defense posture. The case for CRAM systems. To bridge this capability gap, defense strategists are advocating for the urgent development or procurement of CRAM, counter-rocket artillery and mortar systems. These systems are specifically designed to detect and intercept incoming threats such as artillery shells, mortar rounds, rockets, and drones, especially those flying at lower altitudes. CRAM systems typically combine radar detection, tracking sensors, and automated gun systems or interceptor missiles capable of shooting down projectiles mid-air in real time. Deployed effectively, they could shield vital border installations, military bases, and civilian zones from surprise aerial attacks. During Operation Sindoor, while the S-400 intercepted larger threats with precision, it faced challenges dealing with smaller, low-flying drones. This incident reinforced the argument that India must not rely solely on high-altitude defense systems, but should integrate CRAM-like systems into a multi-layered air defense strategy. Global examples and India's path forward. Pakistan's use of Chinese and Turkish drones during the operation forced Indian troops to rely on air defense guns, a limited and often last resort measure. Countries like the United States and Israel, however, have successfully deployed CRAM equivalents. The Phalanx CIWS close-in weapon system in the US and the Iron Dome in Israel have become benchmarks in low-altitude aerial defense. These systems can detect, track, and destroy incoming threats like rockets, mortar shells, and drones in seconds, offering a high degree of protection in volatile regions. India is now at a strategic crossroads. The evolving nature of warfare demands more than just firepower. It requires adaptability and layered defense solutions. The integration of CRAM systems could be a game changer, particularly in securing border posts and sensitive military infrastructure against increasingly sophisticated aerial threats. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.